Welcome back. Episode number 3 of In the Madhouse. How we doing, boys?
Yeah, good mate, you?
Yeah, all good, thanks, yeah.
Doesn't seem like 2 minutes ago, does it?
Yeah,
That's it,
it's
Third
quick,
episode already.
quick turnaround this
Yeah.
time, innit? Yeah, all had a good day at work. Have you
Yeah,
been working?
steady mate, same old.
Week off work, so I'm chilling this week.
Part-time and all, and he's got a week off work.
Don't know how you do it,
First
Jake,
week
to
off
be
this
honest.
year.
What?
Can't get a day off at my place.
So yeah, James Hubbard last week then. Thought
Yeah.
that was a good one.
Thought it went really
Yeah,
well.
I really
Thought
liked that.
James were
Yeah.
a fantastic guest, wasn't he? He were, spoke really well about everything. He were a nice guy, James, as well.
Yeah, unbelievable story, wasn't it? What he had, like how good he was, should I say, as a youth player. And then, as he said himself, the rise and fall
Yeah.
of James Hubbard, if you like.
There's a lot of players like that who have, maybe been in the top 8 for a long time and then just sort of crashed down.
Yeah,
One of them sort of things with darts now.
yeah. Well,
But yeah, he's so we wish James all the best and hope we see him again on TV soon.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So yeah, looking forward. Paul Whitworth. Paul gonna be an unbelievable guest. Honestly, this is gonna be one of my favourite pods.
Yeah, well, you've been warning. No, I shouldn't say warning us, but you've been sort of getting us up for it, haven't you?
Yeah,
for a few weeks
get ready
now.
for Summit Tales.
Yeah.
But no, what I will say about Paul is, and I know Paul will agree with me on this, he won't mind me saying, a lesser household name, let's say, but a man what's been around for absolutely donkeys, decades. Good, cracking BDO player. You don't win a Gold Cup.
No.
If you're a bang average player, and then one of the first to move over to the PDC. So really looking forward to it. Stories from the BDO days and then from the very start of the PDC, which I think's going to be, if anyone's thinking, who's Paul Whitworth, like type of thing, please listen to this podcast because some of the stories, for the people, let's say, who's, started following, this is the contrast what we want in guests, innit?
Yeah.
Present players who people do know, but I think it's great to get people on who have been and done it. People think darts only just started like 5 years ago, a few years ago. So to get people like Paul on, it's sentiment.
Like I said, I mean, no disrespect to Paul, but this will be a lesson for me as well because I don't know a lot about Paul, so I'm looking forward to getting to know a lot about him and these stories he's got to tell.
I'm the same, but I always feel like a lot of the older sort of players from the 80s, 90s, early 2000s, they've got a bit more different stories with them.
Yeah,
Well,
they've
a lot
got
of
them
the new
old
ones-
school stories to tell, haven't they?
The
Which
new ones sort of same stories, development tour, done this, done that, pro tour, where these ones are like, back in the days, the Bristow, Joes, John Lowe, Priestley, Leighton Reese.
Yeah, and been a big Lancastrian. You'll have some great stories to tell, like your, Alan Warreners, Alan Glaziers, played with all them lots. So some insights are just going to be absolutely brilliant to hear, and I can't wait to get him in to have a listen.
100%, mate.
But before we do go any further, a couple of thank yous again. Ongoing thanks to Julian Kinniston from Propaganda. Without Julian, this podcast, arguably wouldn't even be here. So massive thanks to Julian. And also Chris Parker from CJP Roofing. Got Chris on for a few podcasts with us now. It's just going to be really good. And thanks for your support, Chris. Really appreciate it, mate.
Yeah, all your roofing needs, that's your man.
That's the man. Anywhere in Yorkshire, CJP Roofing,
Yep.
the best about, based in Emley Moor, Huddersfield, West Yorkshire. Give them a shout. Look at their website. We'll put a link to their website in the video. Please give them a visit. Contact them for a quote. Shall we get Paul in?
Let's get him in, man. Let's get him
Paul
in.
Paul Whitworth.
Paul,
Hello.
thanks for coming, mate.
You're more than
All the
welcome,
way
mate.
over to the better side at Pennines, let's
Yeah.
say.
No.
So, pub landlord for a lot of years, mate.
26.
Yeah, well, you told me the other day. I didn't know this, actually. 21-year-old when you first went into... so you come from Salford.
Originally.
And then your first pub 21-year-old in Leeds, I believe.
21 I started with Greenhalghs, started doing relief, and I moved about a little bit, and then before I took my own pub over, I did one for 3 months, did like an holding job on it in Harper, which is, it's like a tough little area, but loved it there. And one of the regular guys for the brewery had a choice between the one I was in or the one in Leeds, and he took the one I was in, so I had to go to Leeds. It was on Meanwood in the Beckhill estate. It was called Hilltop. I spent about 10 months there. The wife got pregnant, and we came out back to Manchester.
And that's when you went into Royal Oak?
No, we spent a few years. Spent about 4 or 5 years doing nothing really. Had a bit of part-time work, doing a bit of driving, helping my dad out with his pub. Did a bit of relief for my dad. He had a couple of pubs in Salford, so was back down there again, back home. Then we got to 29. I think it was 29, and the local pub I used to use, it came up for grabs, and we put in for it, and next thing you know, I'm still there.
So yeah, you just said there, going back to Salford, that's where you grew up, young kid.
No, I didn't grow up there. My mum, my family, all my family are from Salford. I actually grew up in Prestwich. I spent the first couple of year or two in Salford, moved out up to Prestwich, and then when I got to a certain age, went back down Salford, met the wife, and we were back and down, up and down, back and forward. But when I got the nickname of the Salford Devil, which everyone knows me as, we was living in Higher Broughton, which is Salford, and that's when it all came out.
Yeah, very nice one. So yeah, growing up, I can imagine, in and out of pubs and that. Then when were it you started getting into darts then, and that? Were it at a young age when you were 21-year-old in Leeds and that?
No. I started playing in a darts league at 13 years old. Back in the day, back in them days, pubs were busy. They had dartboards up, they played cards, they played dominoes, they played all kinds of stuff. So everybody was on the board, so my dad was a good dart player, and we always had a board in the house. So me and 2 brothers, 3 of us, we always had a little mess about. I don't actually remember starting, to be honest. I just remember my dad, when I was 13, saying, if you put a bit more practice in, I'll sign you on the darts league.
Did you not watch darts on TV as a kid or all then? Or?
I did actually, yeah. Because my dad, back in the day, played Alan Glazier and beat him. Alan Glazier was like a top professional for God knows how long. And my dad beat him, and his favourite thing was always, Alan Glazier's my mate. I know Alan Glazier, but he just played him at exhibition.
Played him once, yeah.
Well, I think he played him twice, but he's one of them. Played him once. Yeah, he's my mate. So when you watch darts on television when it was on, you'd sit there, 2 brothers and my dad, and as soon as somebody got down to a certain finish, my dad would go, treble 14, double 16. I'd be like, yeah, all right, Dad. And it'd be like it'd go on forever. So we remember watching darts through him, and that's probably why I actually got into the game, because he was quite good. My dad, he was good in the area. It's like when presentation nights, we'd get up next morning and it'd be like pots, trophies and all kinds of stuff all over the table. It was great. It was good. Probably that got us into it. I just don't remember starting playing.
No.
What was like the first World Final you saw on TV?
First?
Yeah. That you remember anyway?
Do you know what? I don't know. I really don't know. I remember Bristow and Lowe.
Yeah.
I remember watching them play. But
did you have like
final, I don't know.
Were there like a player when you first started watching darts? Was there a player that you kind of looked up to or emulated or wanted to be like?
No.
No, we just like your own man.
No, I just watched it. My old fella looked up to my dad. He was the boy. Even though you watched it on telly, because I was so young. I don't remember. I remember now as all the players who I was watching, but I don't remember the games.
No.
I mean, players I can mention you wouldn't even know, you'd never have heard of, and they were the ones that were on the telly. But it was always like Bristow and John Lowe and Cliff Lazarenko, Alan Evans, They were Leighton Reese. They were about at the time, so they were always the ones you'd watch.
They were superstars themselves
in
them days, weren't they? Yeah.
But these young uns coming through now will never have heard of them.
I mean, you said you remember John Lowe versus Bristow. Were you a Bristow fan at the time, or on the Lowe side?
No, I was a Bristow fan. All day long. My mum played a little bit. She was quite good, but not ace. You know, I mean, she obviously had the housework to do and all that, so she couldn't practice. She just did in the pubs. But she was a John Lowe fan. She loved John Lowe, and I'm like Bristow, and it was good banter, to be honest. Yeah.
What kind of standard did when you first started playing then? When were it you first knew, or anyone knew how good you could be then? When did you play county youth?
When I started at 13, and it was only my dad. He actually said to me, I was having a practice in the kitchen, and he just shouted into me, if you put a bit more practice in, I'll sign you on. Okay, but I don't know how good I was then. And when I first signed on it was on my Manchester board. I don't really know what Manchester board. Yeah, it's called log end. So a small black board, little doubles, no trebles, and he signed me on for there. So I signed on. First couple of games, didn't get a game, and then he put me in, and I won. I started winning, and the first year I got to the semi-finals in the individuals. So obviously there was something there.
Can you remember your first comp what you went to as a youth?
Yeah, I do actually. The first one I ever went to was the Salford Youth Open, and it was on Salford Quays, the Dockers Club, and the winner got a BMX bike. So, I mean, they all said I was 16. I was only 15, and I played Tommy Swindles. He's a local Salford kid. He's still playing now, I think. And I played him in the final, so I ended up going home with a BMX.
Can't go halves on that, can you?
I bet you wish you still had it. It'd be worth a few quid that as well now.
Rally one.
Give him the wheel trims. It was a good bike actually. It was quite good. So I had that for a year till my mate threw it off the bridge. He borrowed it one day and he went into Eaton Park, and there's like a motorway bridge you go over, and he flung it off and he knackered it up. But I think you're a bit jealous of there.
Yeah.
So it must have been.
Did you ever play county youth then? No.
Yeah, I did. When Lancashire years ago, they used to play at the Apollo in Manchester, which is where all the bands and everything play. It's a good venue. So I've gone along. Pat Norton, she was like England player, Lancashire captain.
She played for England.
Yeah, Pat did. Yeah, and her dad owned a pub where they used to go. It was there's 2 or 3 pubs at 13, 14, 15 years old. I was in all the time, and Pat's dad's pub was one of them. So Pat was Lancashire playing. Next thing, I'm turned up at Lancashire venue just to see how we get in the youth team. So Frank Smith was the manager, and he just turned around. There's a shirt. You'll be on later. I only went to see how we play. It was like next thing I played a kid called. What's it called now? It's a big family. Paul Baker, he was called, and the Baker family are massive in London. He was playing London.
Lancashire Youth were playing against London.
Yeah. Because the youth team used to play in between the men's A and the women's B.
Really?
Yeah. He was a gap, and he used to play 5 aside. And I beat Paul Baker. So you can imagine, first time ever, I'm on a stage.
Big crowd.
There's hundreds there. It was chock-a-block then. He used to ring the bells and all that. And I'll never forget, I beat him, but I was shaking, and I could hear my money rattling in my pocket.
Wow.
My leg was trembling. It was trembling like shit. Yeah, and considering they were a big darting family, I beat him. Wow. That was the start of it all.
That's a really good idea, that as well, because when I played county youth, it was always a separate weekend to seniors, had their own day. But like you just said, it just used to be odd mother or father there, and it'd be like half full venue. So,
yeah, but not all counties had youth teams. So Lancashire would go to a certain county, but wouldn't have a youth team, so we didn't go. But then you go to another one, and you'd be on the coach with all the men, like Ronnie Peele, Alan Warner. They were like the boys at the time. You travel down with them all, but you'd be sat in the car like dead quiet. And
can you ever remember Yorkshire Youth? From what I can remember, they had a decent youth.
Do you know the only we played in the World? I played in the World Youth Championships. I won the Lancashire area, and they ended up in was it Sheffield? I'm in Sheffield. We played. It was like the Northern qualifiers, And I got through, and it was to go through to the actual world finals I mean, people coming from all over the world. And it was Jamie Dodger.
James Wilson, always
Jamie
good
Wilson.
player.
He beat me in about the last 8 semis. I can't remember what it was now, but he beat me and I couldn't hit a double to save my life. I just remember because my old fella said something to me and I couldn't hit double 8. So many darts at it.
I remember James. He went on Bullseye as a kid, and him and his mum, man. Yeah. They wiped floor with it. They won every prize.
Good player, Jamie.
Every prize.
It still pops up all the time.
Yeah, I saw a final on YouTube once. I think it was him versus Wayne Mardle. It was like 1990 odds. Yeah. God, he looks so young.
He's a good player, Jamie, but I think his head was in the wrong place. Yeah. He was involved with.
He had a bit of a tough upbringing from him and their Dave and that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Good kids, great kids.
I don't know what went wrong with him, but he had it and he was a good player.
Man, he went on to do all right, didn't he?
Of course he did, yeah.
You know, he went BDO World #1, wasn't it, at one point, and then moved over to
Yeah, World Masters winner. He had a couple of
BDO World Trophy.
Yeah, he won World Trophy. He went on to do some later on, though, a lot later on, you know.
Yeah, I mean, it was Huddersfield we played, not Sheffield. It was Huddersfield played.
It's from Linthwaite.
Yeah,
because from where we played, you can actually see the big bridges.
Yeah.
That's what I remember about Huddersfield at the time.
Yeah. Well, we always ask for a few questions with guests who we've got coming up. Got a couple here for you from socials, Twitter. I put one out personally, and then Facebook and that. So we've got one here from your old mate Dembo.
Dennis Riley.
So he said, "Can you remember painting his wall yellow and winning the Prestwich and Whitefield doubles with him?"
Yeah. Dennis. He's a little stocky lad. Salford rugby all over. He's a Man United till he got barred from the ground. We played in the local. He joined our team, but he was only there as a reserve if needed. So when it comes to the knockouts, I played with him in the pairs. So I'm a decent player. He's not. And we went through, and we won it. You know, I mean, he's like.
So it's a bit of his claim to fame.
Oh yeah.
I wish I had one.
He's won the pairs. So I mean, at the time I was playing really, really good as well. So he's like, we've just bought it.
Yeah.
So that was his big thing. But what was the other one? The yellow wall.
Yellow wall, yeah.
Right. Well, his missus used to work for us, and they did relief for us once when we went away. So they looked after the pub. So they were trustworthy, and he had the running. You know what I mean? If you wanted something and he had to go behind a bar, he didn't have to ask. He'd just go and get it and whatnot. And it come New Year, one year, and Dennis and his missus had gone missing. Don't know where they were. Next thing he comes down, he went, "Just christened your bed for New Year." Like, what? He went, "Just christened your bed." It's like, "What do you mean you fucking christened your bed?" He's like, "We've just been upstairs." And my missus was stood there. She went, "I've just come upstairs."
What, him and their lass?
Yeah. So I'm like, you know what I mean? I'm like, fucking, because they know the place because they've been there and stayed there. I was like, you fucking. So he played on my head then. So I was like, so the next thing, and we had this a tub. I don't know why I had it. It was a tub of yellow paint. So and he only lived 2 streets away. So I fucking ran out. It's like fucking 12:30, 1 o'clock or something like that. So I ran down the street, fucking goes to his house. He's got this little wall outside his house. So I painted it fucking yellow on the middle of the street, and I painted it fucking all over the place. Fucking, and I come back. All of a sudden I was going, "Have you been?" I went, "Oh, I was just fucking," you know what I mean? And it backfired on me.
Did it?
So because when we finished serving it last on New Year's Eve, him and his missus walk home, but they've got a son same age as my lad, young Mark. So Lee and Mark got on really well. So Lee's like, "Can I stay at Mark's?" Yeah, go on then. So they got there. Jill and Dennis are there walking on arm in arm, fucking bollocks. And Lee and Mark are running about like this. But Lee run down first, and he's waiting for Dennis. And he's leant against the wall.
Who is?
Lee.
Oh, right.
So Lee's got all his top gear on. He's covered in yellow paint by now.
He's wearing IVs by the time he's finished.
Yeah, all his gear's covered in yellow. I'm like, wow. Do you know what I mean? I've just done something on him and he's come back again now.
Oh, so you've got to buy Lee a new wardrobe.
Yeah, so it backfired in a way, but yeah. But his garden stood out because it's a big long street there and a big yellow wall.
Another one then, Conan Whitehead.
Oh, Conan. Yeah.
He said, "Has Robbie Green forgiven you for staging a hotel robbery?" And where was that at?
Yeah.
Was that on tour?
First of all, with Robbie, it's his son's funeral today.
Yeah.
He's lost his son, and Robbie, we're all there. We love you to bits.
Yeah.
But we was in Germany. We was playing in Bochum in the German Open. Yeah. And don't ask me how, but I got hold of a room key for him. And when they all come out, we're staying on a room opposite. So we've like clocked him come out. He's gone down. And we've gone in his room, and we put his car on the bed. We put it in the shower anyway.
Duvet.
No, the other one was it called the
Pillow?
Mattress.
Yeah, I can't think of that. We put his mattress in the shower. We've wrecked his room. We've done everything and gone and whatever. So as soon as he's done that, I've gone back downstairs. Anyway, Robbie's done. I don't know where he come from, but he's seen me. So I'm talking to him, and when he's gone up, he's gone fucking bananas. He was going off his racker. So when he comes back down, I'm going to go at everyone. First thing he turned around to me and went, "I know it wasn't you, because I was talking to you at the time." So I'm away with it. It's me that's done it. Oh, he accused everybody in the room, and we've just smashed his room. I think he was sharing with James Marcroft at the time.
Brilliant.
But his room was a right wreck.
I can remember that was.
And it was a few years later, and I told him who it was, and he's like, "What? What?" yeah, it was me.
Going back to Ronnie Peele,
Oh, Peele.
that very German Open, I should have been playing pairs with Ronnie Peele. Gary Thompson sorted it all out, and I went out with Chizzy Bunting. There were a nightclub next to our hotel, and I turned up at venue about 2 hours late. Me and Ronnie had been scratched. I looked like Kermit the Frog, just spewing up all day, and everyone were like, "Do you fucking know who you're playing with today?" And I was like, "Ronnie?"
Yeah, he was Lancashire captain.
And I got told he was a bit of a fucking boyo, like. And
Ronnie was like the same as me, but in an earlier day.
yeah,
And the way I class Goey Price the same. You know what I mean? We were aggressive, we were loud, we were boisterous, we were just jumping forward because of the way I was. Many a time I played county, and I've turned around to players that I don't really know, like look quite decent, and I've gone, "Listen, by the way, I apologise now.
Yeah.
Whatever I do up there, just ignore me. I'm just like, basically, you're going to get it, but."
At least you give them heads up a bit.
Yeah,
That's a good, you know.
if they knew me, I was nice to just get on with it. But those that didn't know me, I'm like, "Oh yeah, mate, just ignore whatever goes on."
It's like emotional. Like when you get a big shot, it's just an automatic thing. Like come on, sort of thing.
Yeah, you've got to get that shot, haven't you?
Yeah.
First,
I mean,
well, that's what I mean. I think it means a bit more to people, doesn't it? You know, we spoke about this, and I don't agree with it for like your 180s and that. But if you're winning legs, at the end of the day, it's for people like Goey Price. It's his job. There's a lot of money on stake. There's a lot of money on line. Isn't there? He's got a family. It's himself. I'm all for it, me. If you're winning legs and that, if you're passionate, you want to win. You hate losing.
It's like if you've got double top left and I've got 170 left, and you miss I get it.
Oh yeah,
I'm gonna walk up and go.
No, yeah.
Did he give it some? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a big moment.
Well, Ronnie Peele there, he's the one I looked up to at Lancashire, and then he actually moved. He's on the border of Holland and Germany, so I think he's more Dutch than Holland. And the time when we was over there, he got that pissed. He got me to drive him home on the Open, and I'm like, I've got no insurance. I've got this and that. I'm driving on the other side of the road. I'm like, "Come on, Ronnie." He's like, "No, just take me home. Just take me home." So I'm like, fucking driving his car around Germany. I'm like, "Well, I don't even." And then we got picked for the UK team, which is like an older thing. They play charity games against Ireland, and whenever we end up in Ireland.
Yeah.
And he ended up sharing a room with him there, and he's crazy, Ronnie. He doesn't hold back.
Yeah.
He's it's like my mate. You love him, mate. He's good.
Yeah. So moving on then, from your youth days now, you went on to represent Lancashire senior side. What was that like starting off and that? Is that through? So did you get picked through Super League?
Yeah, Super League. I started quite early, and then I was thinking about this earlier, and I didn't know whether I played for Salford first, which was classed as Broughton, or Bury. Because I stayed at Bury for years and years, and I always said I'd never leave Bury unless it was something Salford or something special. and we played at the Albert Park, which was it was a good venue. So I must have played for them first, and then I'd gone to Bury, played at Craig Mansell's pub, the White Boar. Yeah, he's still there now, Craig. Yeah, so no, he wasn't. Sorry, we played on Walmsley Road, Salisbury Club, with Craig. Then he moved to his pub. But yeah, I never forget, we played in Super League before I got picked for county. Played West Orton, and there's a guy called Stuart Stubbs. Stuart Stubbs is like, he's with him. He never smiles. He just doesn't. He's just an arrogant.
Miserable, yeah.
You'd think so, yeah, until you get to know him. So like Stuart, it's like we've played our Super League game, and you sandwich it out, or done whatever. And next thing, the word comes over to our team. Anybody want a money game? So it's like everyone's looked at me, and I was like, yeah.
What year are we talking here, Paul?
Before the Better Wives. So what's that?
62.
I'm trying to think when I got married now. 1990. So 1990. Before, he's in the 80s, 80, 88, somewhere 89, 90, somewhere around there. Yeah. So it might have been around there, 1990 somewhere. So we played. So Stuart Stubbs has asked anybody if they want a money match. So I was like, yeah, go on then, I'll play you. Anyway, I slaughtered him. Fucking really, and he's a county player, he's an 18 player, and he's well respected in the county team. And I slaughtered him. And next thing, this pub that he was in, he had like an open fire. He got his darts, he just threw him in the fire. He went, I've been set up. What's out of him? Where have you gone? That was one of the starts of it. Yeah, Super League.
That was a big thing though at one point. These money matches, wasn't it? And
it was, yeah.
You know, meeting up in pubs, loads of money going down on tables and stuff.
Before they played him, there was when we played in Broughton at the Albert Park. I was only a bit of a kid, so my dad was with us all the time then. And we played Charlie, and there was a guy from Charlie asked for a money game. So everyone was like, look to me again. I was like, yeah, go on then. I wasn't that as good as what I was then, but I beat this guy. And next thing, he's calling me all sorts of shit. So my dad's old school self. He's a hard old school bloke. So next thing, my dad's
you can say he's an hard bastard.
Yeah. So my dad, no, seriously, it was. So my dad's gone for him, and he wanted to have another game. He wanted to play again. Calling me a shit house, this, that, and the other, because I won't play again. I just took your money, mate. You know what I mean? You've had your money match, and now you want to play again. And then because I won't play again, he's like giving it all that. So that's when it all went.
Were you putting your own money up for these matches, or were all teams getting behind you?
Oh, lads put it in.
Yeah, and then you just took a share out of it. Type
no,
thing.
I don't think I got anything. I mean, they'd buy me a drink or whatever, but it was their money, their choice. It was the way it was. But there was other money matches to come later on in there. In life.
Yeah. So that's Super League days then.
Yeah, that's where it all started.
Going on to Lancashire, how did you get noticed? Well, is that like how it is now? You know, bit of a like database, if you like, spreadsheet with all like your running averages, and then do they look at that, the committee at Lancashire, and say, well, you know, he's playing, he's running a 75 consistent average. Shall we get him in B team?
I always found Lancashire quite hard to get into. Don't matter what you did, because you have some players on stage that were in mid 70 averages, and like when you're in Super League and you're in 85 to 90s averages, you expect, because you're like you're top of the average, you're next one to go in. But the problem is when you got those that are in just 70, 75 averages, but they're winning, you can't drop a winner. So we were sat on the sideline waiting and waiting and waiting. It was like, so then when I got in, when I first got picked, I was reserved for 6 games.
How old were you at this point when you first got, your first pick for reserve?
93, I think it was. 93, because I'm sure I've got a trophy at home for the B team league winners. Like I've got a plaque. But I had to wait 6 games. Nowadays, you get picked, you're in within a game or two. It's like you're straight in. But then I went to London. I went here, went there, and I didn't get a game. But I travelled. I was up, get in the morning. I spend the weekend there. I was spending weekends in Glamorgan, expecting Middlesex, wherever you was.
But at this point, did you know you were better than some of the players that were in there?
Yeah.
You just needed that, get me in, and that's it.
Yeah. And then I think I played 4 games, 4 games in the B team, and I went in the A team, and that was it. Never got dropped again. So it didn't take me long. But,
Yeah.
but you had to wait that little till somebody dropped 2 or 3 games on the run before you got a chance to play.
So just keep that motivation there until someone dropped out.
It wasn't motivation. It was just a matter of, you know, you're good enough. You're on the squad, and you know you're going to be next in. But it's waiting for someone to lose, and obviously you don't want people to lose, but you do.
Yeah.
So you're like, come on.
Selfish, aren't you?
Yeah.
A bit selfish for your chance.
Were they like them little rivalries in the squad?
No, not really. It's only when you want to get in the squad that
Yeah.
you want.
Once you're in, you're all right. You don't give a shit then, do you?
Yeah. Everybody got on, and they all shout, and they all stand there and you shout for each other, and you're all cheering each other on, and you want the win as well. But
so you've just said you've been in B team there. Was that the case in A team as well? Is it like, or is it when you're playing good enough in A team, say the A team's winning, if you've got a better average and you're playing better, is it a straight swap, or is it a case until they lose again? Or
no, it's you've earned your place to get in the A team, so to come out of it, you've got to lose, and I don't know if it's, I suppose, who you are, because I mean you can imagine Ronnie Peele losing 2 and he won't get dropped, or Paul Williams or Stevie Coots and stuff like that. They're not going to get dropped to 2. You get 3. Sometimes, if you're really lucky, you get 4 games. You know what I mean? Because you are that player and you know you're good. But some players that get 2 games, boom, right in the B team, and that. But then again, when you've got B team players turning up time after time, doing quite well, they've got to go up. They've got to be given a chance. So someone has got to be dropped, and it's not. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard being a captain or being a manager and stuff like that.
You've just named a couple of quality players there. Ronnie Peele, Stevie Coo, unbelievable player. You know, talk us through some other greats who you played with. Like I said, Alan Warriner. Who else can you remember from your playing days through Lancashire?
Do you know, when we was playing, the main place for players was Bolton, and the Bolton had a lot of serious players. One of the best players I've ever seen in my life was Ian Rowe. Ian Rowe was he was the best left-hander in the world, without a doubt. But I don't know if he played for England or not. But he was just ace. He was dead quiet. He was so good. Graham Brooks, he played for England, I think. Stevie Coots, Paul Williams. It was loads from Bolton. It was just a good team.
Alan Warriner, class.
Well, Alan Warriner, yeah, he was from Lancaster when he was already there when I got there. Paul Williams was there. He's from Bolton, another one.
Darryl Fitton.
Darryl was Cheshire, Lancashire.
Yeah,
he come across backward and forward.
Both, wasn't it?
I think Tony O'Shea as well. He's another one. I think he did Lancashire, but he spent more time at Cheshire.
Ronnie Baxter, when he over that way?
Oh, Ronnie, Ronnie, tight ass. He's honestly, swear down, he's as tight as me and the wife went for a meal with him and his missus, and then we all had something to eat and drink and whatnot. And the bill come out. Next thing, he's arguing with the staff about he's got service charges on and all. And he's arguing over it. And I'm like, next thing, my wife just went, she shut off. His missus shut off. So it's me and Ronnie. I'm like, well, I went, fucking, so I shut off as well. I left him to it. But he's arguing over service charges and stuff.
Oh, God.
But Ronnie's great. First time I ever met Ronnie. I mean, obviously, when I first started, he was quite a big name.
Yeah.
He was Ronnie. And I've never really spoke to him, so I'm just getting in there. So I spoke to him about something. And he said something about somebody being a thief or something, and we got talking. So I said, so if you found it was something about picking something up off the floor. So I said, if you picked a piece of dog shit up off the floor, would that be thieving? And we got into a right fucking argument, and I've only just met him, and in the end we ended up arguing like shit, and I never spoke to him again. I didn't speak to him for ages. Over just picking something up off the floor.
Them players you mentioned from Bolton from back then, did you think at the time they might be like a world champion or win big majors?
I'm not going to slight them all. I'm not going to put anybody down, but I think out of everybody that was there, I really rated Ian Rowe. Ian Rowe was like up there. Stevie Coots, I played county youth with him, so we've always got on quite well. Steve was up there. I don't know if he won the Dutch Open, Steve, but he was up there. He got beaten in the final or he won it. I'm not sure. But it doesn't matter how good they were. I always fancy my chances against them all. You know what I mean? So used to be a knockout in Bolton every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at Halliwell, It was £1 in, 30 quid at winner, and it was like chock-a-block. All the top players been there. John Part's been there. Graham, what's the kid from Canada? They've all been. And it's like just renowned for it all. Everyone just paid the £1. Ian Rowe, Paul Williams. It was great. It was good. But I always fancied my chance every time I went. Yeah, go on then.
You didn't care who turned through the door. You were like,
no.
Nah.
I played Paul Williams once somewhere, and I beat him. I'll never forget his missus at the time, Joanne. She turned around, she went, "You should never beat Paul." She gave me a load of shit. I'm like, "Oh, hang on a minute. What do you mean you shouldn't beat Paul? You're not on his level." But Paul was like playing at Lakeside and all that shit at the time. It's like, away it goes, mate. You know?
Beat me at that.
So I've seen your walk-ons when you come out at Lancashire. You know, massive presence in room. You want everyone to be looking at you. Have you ever had any? You know when you were walking out, obviously you milked it a lot. Did you put a bit of a show on to like try and intimidate your opponent as well?
Yeah, in a way. I remember playing at Yorkshire.
I know this story.
No. We played at Yorkshire. No, I forgot that one. I don't know. But we played at Yorkshire, and they shouted us out. And you had to walk from the bar, and it was like obviously right through and everybody. But Yorkshire, they used to put their own music on for you. So like when you're at Lancashire, we have our own music, same as Yorkshire have their own music. So when you're coming out, they try and put shit music on for you. But I'd gone up to the guy and who's doing the music. I went, "Do us a favour. Have you got this?" He went, "Yeah." I went, "Just put that on when I come out." It pissed Yorkshire right off. They were really fucking gutted because I walked out. But when they shouted me out, I've got my phone. And I actually walked out filming it as I walked out. They were all going bananas over it. It was like, "No, you can't do that." I was like, "Of course I can." And I did it. But Trevor Bannon, I remember that name, but I don't know why you mentioned that.
Trevor were always, let's say, very nervous. He used to have a decent drink before he went on, but I can remember you telling me something about it where you played him, and when Trev always used to win a leg, he always used to go on, Trev, like that. We've spoken about it before, but yeah. No, you went on to captain Lancashire then, didn't you, for a number of years?
Yeah.
What would you say? I mean, how many years was it, and what was your proudest moment from then? Obviously, I can imagine you've won league, but
proudest moment, I don't know. It was all proud. Just being captain was. I always said if I ever become captain, them team meetings, I'm joining in. I'm going to give it royal, which I did. They did team meetings beforehand. But the women was in as well, so I had to calm it down a little bit because you can't just go in and go, fucking come on, boys. But no, I give the lads a bit of stick, but not stick. It was confidence and stuff like, "Who you playing? Come on, lads, let's get going." You know, we're all there, stick for each other, stick by each other, get near the stage. Anybody that's a bit nervous, I'll stand by him. Just do all that. I loved it. Being captain was it's proud as shit. It was good, but then again, I was the idiot of the team, so it come forward. Once Dougie Smith went to manager, they just looked at me and went, "You're doing it." Go on then.
So at this point, Paul, when you're captain Lancashire, you know, did you have any aspirations of taking your career further? Were you like, you know, I could play on telly against these guys, I could win these majors, you know, or were you just taking it as it come kind of thing? Were you ever thinking, you know, further ahead?
When I was captain, it was like the split. Then the PDC was still there. I think I'd already been to the PDC.
Right.
And I'd come. Yeah, of course I had. Yeah, I'd come back. So I had all the experience. I had everything. I'd already been there, done that.
All right. Okay.
But the captain of Lancashire, because at the time, because we're running a pub, it was hard to get out every weekend and do this and do that. So all my darts career sort of like stopped. But my county carried on.
Yeah.
So I did the Super League and I did my county. And it wasn't that I had any big expectations. I knew who I was. Mm-hmm. And I was like just a dick on stage. It was, you know what I mean? Come on, lads, let's all.
You enjoyed it though, yeah?
Of course, yeah. Yeah, it was good. Right.
So Can you reflect a bit on your BDO days then? Were you tying that in with your Lancashire days, with like your county? Obviously that would have been on Saturdays predominantly, on Sundays, sorry, for A team. So then when it wasn't like the county days, were you travelling on the BDO? Were you playing a bit on circuit and that?
The BDO. I mean, when I first started on the BDO, it was like you do like the knockouts closer to you, like the Welsh Open. Everybody did the Welsh Open, and then I used to travel with Pat Connaughton, and we used to go down to all the holiday camps with BDO tour. So like Camber Sands,
Prestatyn, Pontins.
Yeah, I'd say the Welsh Open. That was the Welsh one. So you had Camber Sands and one in Bristol. Forget the name of it now. It's like, but everybody used to go and do all 3 of them, 3 or 4 of them. So I remember going down there. But I was only younger then.
Did you have any decent runs from the Opens?
I did. I was only 16 and I got to semi-finals in Camber Sands. And I only remember it because everybody, when you get so far, you get a load of vouchers, and that can pay for your next year's travel and all that accommodation. But I got that much, I was selling it to all the lads. Everybody was buying them off me, so they all got like a cheap apartment. Yeah. So yeah, I was only 16. Can't remember, it beat me. Graham Parker, I think it was, or something. I don't know.
You won Gold Cup in '96.
Yeah.
A quality achievement. Can you remember like the run up to that, and that's through your county, that one, isn't it?
Yeah. So when it's playing the Gold Cup, you have like a county knockout. Now Lancashire it's the biggest county in Britain. You have like 8 divisions, or it was 8 divisions at the time. So you can imagine how many teams you've got. Like 8 or 10 teams in each division. It's hundreds of them. So you've got to win your county to qualify for the Gold Cup. Anyway, I've won the county one. I've gone down to Stoke-on-Trent, where the finals were. But I went down the day before. I drove down. I thought, right, I'll go and get some digs, and I'll get up in the morning and do whatever. It was before sat-navs and before the internet and all that shit. And I've drove around all the town. I couldn't find an hotel. So I've gone all over the place. I couldn't find one, so I drove back home. This is on a Friday night, I think it was. I couldn't find anywhere, so I went home. Anyway, I come back on the Saturday. And first game on, I played a guy called Chris Whitting. And he'd already won the Gold Cup a year or 2 before. I'm like, oh, here we go. It's a tough game. You know it's a tough game. Everything's going to be a tough game. And I beat him. And then there was another guy called Eddie Lovely. And Eddie's like...
Oh, it's still about now, isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah. Well, he's got a son called Eddie, I think it is. His son plays. But Eddie was like, he had the...
Thomas.
Thomas's
Tom
son.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Oh, right, Thomas Lovely.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
his son,
Right.
yeah.
But Eddie had the most stylish chuck I've ever seen in my life. He was so perfect. And to be honest, I don't know if it ballots him or not, but I just give him a bit of, like you do.
But the dark arts show us it.
Yeah. And anyway, I did him in. So I had Chris Wayne, Eddie Lovely, whoever in between. And next thing I get to the semi-finals, and I played. Here we go again. Can't forget your names again. London County player. He was like supposed to be the next big thing.
Eric Bristow.
No. I'll think of his name in a minute. I'll think of his name. But I beat him. So I'm in the final. And believe it or not, this was the only year they've not recorded it on telly. Every year it's been on television.
So,
it was always on ITV. And this is the only year I do well. Bang, bang, bang. It's not on telly. This guy's name's going to do me head in now.
It'll pop up. So.
And I was playing Dieter Edmonds' brother, Al, in the final. And boom, I done him. So I won the Gold Cup. They wouldn't let me take the trophy home until he insured it, which I think that was just because I was an idiot and he just thinking I'm going to take it. So they went, you got to insure it for $5,000. I went, fucking that. I said, keep the trophy, just give me the cheque. And I drove home. So I've had I shouldn't have done, load of beer, had a drink, and drove back up the
M6.
Yeah.
How much did you win for that then?
It was the same. It's been the same for years and years. It was $4,000.
Yeah.
That's not bad,
That'd
isn't it?
have been a decent check.
Yeah.
That, though,
Yeah,
nice
well,
six,
the same million. I give the guy that dealt me out previous, Dave Marcroft, I give him 1,500 quid out of it.
Because he used to sponsor.
He used to do.
Yeah.
He didn't do for that, but I sort of like, he was on holiday. So he didn't come down with me. But I'll give him 1,500 quid out of it.
So talking of like stables, they're like what you've just said, Marcroft. I mean, I know Dave personally. Nowadays, you look at like Mac Elkin, Martin Folds. They're like the probably leaders. Martin with like Luke Littler, Aspinall, a few others. And then you've got Mac Elkin with like Dimitri, Mike Dedeker, or Glenn Durrant. Back then, Dave Marcroft will have had maybe not so much 96, obviously, but I know Dave used to help out Bunting, Chizzy. You've just said yourself.
Daryl Fitton.
Yeah. So back then, you could say like Dave Marcroft.
Yeah,
were like one
Dave,
of the.
Dave was good. Do you know,
yeah.
Do you know that, I'm going to jump the guns here, but Dave Marcroft. When I was like coming through and I was decent, I was good. Doing what I did. The next thing, everyone I met up with, somebody turned around and went, Chris McTurnan wants a money match with you. Now Chris McTurnan is like a Lancashire kid from Todmorden, and everyone says he wants a money match with you. I'm like, fuck off. He's like, Chris was a good player, but I didn't really know him, but I know of him. And he's like, yeah, Chris McTurnan wants a money match with you. I'm like, fucking bum. And I heard it again. And then I found out Dave Marcroft was backing him. So me and my pal went to Rochdale, Dave Marcroft's local pub, walked in, and I mean, I'm 6'1". Dave's like above me here. He's like 6'3", something, whatever he is. So I went, "Oh, are you Dave?" He went, "Yeah." I went, "I believe you got a money match." He's like, "What?" I said, "I'm Paul Witt. You want?" "Right, yeah." So we get it on. So we ended up. Dave was like backing Chris McTurnan at the time.
What sort of money were you playing for here?
Well, we played. I mean, considering I'm from like the Manchester area, and then Rochdale, we ended up playing in Rochdale, a pub called the Weavers. And the Weavers, it was backstreet boozer, but they had a little stage. It's only about that big, the stage, and you got on there and the full room. So we played on there, but they had like a few warm-up games, like so we had Paul Baird, Mark Alden, and a few others playing. And I played Chris McTurnan. And I turned around to Dave Marcroft. I said, "You know you backed the wrong guy here." No. And I fucking whacked the floor with him.
Yeah.
I mean, I really whacked the floor with him. And it comes to the point where Chris McTurnan nearly jacked his darts in. I think we played for about £1,000 at the time.
Christ.
Yeah, at the time, I'm going back a lot of time, so it was good money. So I played him, and he nearly retired. He stopped playing for a bit, and he come back, and he wanted to play me again. So when I played him on the first time, money games and stuff was like 1,001, but he was not happy with it. He wanted to play 501.
Just one leg?
No, he was like best of 20 or something like that. He was first to God knows whatever it was. So he wanted to play me again at 501, but we played in Royton in Rochdale. So I'm still again coming from Manchester over to him, and I battered him again. I mean, sorry Chris, but yeah, I did. I give it him again and took a lot more money off him. So.
Did you ever turn down a money match against anyone?
No.
No?
No.
With anyone, these money matches, were you like, any of them were like, I don't fancy my chances.
No, I didn't play that many. I didn't really play that many.
No.
But, to be honest, I played Martin Holt, who's like a Berry lad from near us and all that. He's a good player. Hit a 9-darter in the Isle of Man, so he's a decent player. And I played him in some little town up Berry somewhere. But I'd had to drive there, so I couldn't really drink much and do whatever. And he beat me. I was like, but that's the only one I ever lost.
What were you like as a loser? Were you all right?
Yeah.
Take it on chin and.
Really?
Of course I am. Yeah. No, seriously. I mean, I always look at Steve Beaton. Steve Beaton's like the perfect guy. He wins, he shakes your hand, and he smiles. He loses, he'll smile and shake your hand.
Yeah.
And I always say that to people. Isn't it? You know what I mean? You're backstage all the time together. You all see each other all the time. You talk to each other. You laugh. You joke. Why fall out just because he's beat you?
Yeah.
One of you's has got to win, and that's your job.
Mm-hmm.
You play each other all the time. Maybe you might play you, I might play you, I might play you. But somewhere along the line, you're going to play each other.
Yeah.
Just get on with it. It is what it is.
Look, no one likes losing, do they?
No, they're not. But everybody's incapable
We've
of beating each other.
Yeah.
We've heard something different.
All right.
Someone told me that you lost and threw a chair straight for a window.
All right. What?
That's what Kaz told me.
What?
Joking.
I was going to say that's news to me. Like,
I don't know.
I don't have Paul down for that. Yeah.
No.
So, obviously, being at BDO, then you've won the Gold Cup in '98.
96.
96,
Yeah.
sorry. You was one of the originals to go over to the PDC then to make the switch.
First thing was, I forgot to mention, with the BDO, I was the first unknown player to win it. Everybody else that had won it previous was TV players. England,
The Gold Cup.
Yeah, England international, Scottish international, or whoever they were internationals or they were well known. I was the first one that come through that wasn't in your face. I was the first one ever.
Some achievement then, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, fair play. I think that'll get like not so much undermined, but I think to a lot of people it would as well. So yeah.
I know it's 96, and all the big boys allegedly had gone to the PDC 3 years earlier.
Is that when the swap? When was the transition?
They went over in 93, didn't they?
93.
Yeah.
Right.
So they've gone over in 93, 96, but you've still got shitloads of players.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was only 16 of them that went over. Not even 16. I think it's
Yeah.
13 of them that went over at
Yeah.
first.
Yeah.
So you still got a lot of players there. But even so, to win it, you've got to win your county. Then you've got to win that. You're playing all the county winners, which is really good. Yeah,
some unreal players there. So what can you remember from when you first started playing on PDC? Obviously nowadays you've got to have a PDC tour card. Back then, when it did change, could you just pay your money and enter? How much was the entry fee back then? And that,
I'm not too sure what the first entry fees were, but I just remember it was £50 a tournament. So you play Saturday and you play Sunday, it's £50. So that's £100. Then you've got to get to where you was going. Then you've got your accommodation. Then you've got like your beer and drinks and food and whatnot. So it was quite expensive at the time.
Yeah.
But we were the start of it. I mean, what these youngsters don't realise, it's not like going, it's Paul Witt, there's Michael, and there's whoever. We sort of like built it all up for them. Especially the top 13 that jumped over. They sacrificed.
They took a gamble, didn't they?
Sacrificed everything. Yeah, they sacrificed it all, and they did a good job. All right, they struggled for a bit because if they did an exhibition somewhere, and just for example, I went along and played them, we got banned from the BDO, and then it got to the point where even if you was at the venue, you got banned from the BDO. It got stupid.
well,
And then it come to a point because I wanted to go PDC a long time before I did do, but it was like one of them. What else do we do? I'm stuck at home. I can't play in this. I can't play in that. I can't play that. I can't do that. And we held back until the time come.
am I right in thinking in the early PDC days? Obviously now you have like your Pro Tour events, which are at like Wigan. At one big venue,
Like leisure
centres. Leicester's just been added to it. Barnsley used to be added to it. When PDC first came about, it used to just be in pubs, didn't it?
When I first started, I remember there was one in Stockport that I remember playing in, and there was one in Charlton, and the Charlton one was the Royal Oak. I remember that because my pub, the Royal Oak. And when you went in there was dark, but it was like levelled up, little layers around the pub, little rooms. And they had a dartboard there, they had a dartboard there, dartboard there, dartboard there, dartboard there. It was just willy-nilly. And you had like Phil Taylor's there, Priestley's there, but all the regular people that drink in there could walk around and watch you. It was just so open. There was no security there. And then as time went by, it went more.
It went more professional, didn't it?
Yeah.
It's mad to think now. You can't imagine.
But back in the day,
PDC doing an event in a boozer.
these kids that are playing now have never been through all this.
No.
We was playing in little pubs and bars and stuff, and it was. So I mean, to basically, we not me, but we all started it, and we was all the foundation.
Yeah.
Of it.
Thing is, like, even for yourself, there were always a youth system, but not like there is today.
The PDC didn't have a youth system.
No.
Not in the slightest.
Like now, there's money to be earned for kids. Like
there is,
good
yeah,
money to be
yeah,
earned for
yeah.
kids. When that wasn't a thing when you started playing.
Before, if you went to the youth comp, you'd win like a laptop.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Yeah, well, it's like when you used to do the
You
British
got your
Open.
BMX, didn't you?
When you win a British Open, I think Mardell won it once, and you used to win like a video recorder and a TV. That was like the prize for winning it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Then it worked down wherever you won. But
Well, kids are winning $2,500 now for a tournament.
But do you know when I first went PDC and I qualified for the World Match Play, it was 2002, and the prize money, the winner of the World Match Play, $15,000.
Yeah.
15. And you look at these tournaments, they have like the tour they have now. They have 2 knockouts a weekend.
Yeah.
And it's like
15.
I don't know, is it 10, 15 grand or whatever it is?
now
But each one, it's like wow.
So that first match, they were always in Blackpool, weren't they?
Yeah.
So I can remember stories of like first world match players. They were going, PDC officials going out into the streets of Blackpool giving tickets away to get people through doors because it just wasn't. It wasn't big then, wasn't it?
I know when we first joined at PDC and we used to travel, and a lot of the knockouts were in Hull, facing the football ground. There was a club there, and that was like one of the main places. I forgot what I was saying now.
I bet that was nice and intimidating round there, old Boothry Park, what it used to be.
I forget what it's called now, but yeah, it was crazy.
So, when you qualified for UK Open, then not UK Open, the match play. How did you earn the right to qualify for it? What that through your ranking? Did you have to go through qualifiers?
It was a qualifier. Back in the day, it was like the top. I don't even know if it was a 16, and then the rest of them qualified, and then it got to 24, and then it was like so many qualifiers.
It's like 32.
Yeah, to make it up. I got, to be honest, me and Mark Olden, which was like my best pal at the time, we used to knock about. He got through, or I got through, and we were on about 2 boards apart, and we got through within seconds of each other. So like, we palled about together. We qualified for the World Match Play together within a minute of each other, and then when we got to World Match Play, he was on first, I was on second. So it's.
Did Mark play Wade? No,
he did. He played him in the World Championships at the Circus Tavern. Mark beat Wade I think it was Wade's first time, and Wade was like, had all his family behind him, but Mark's like. He's like me. He's gives you all the shit. I know he did, and he gave James Wade a load of shit, and it was James Wade's debut on this. And when Mark beat him, James Wade's dad tried running up to have a go at Mark, and the door staff had got hold of him, and he's like, "Oh."
Wouldn't have needed door staff to get hold of him. I've seen size of Mark Olden.
Mark was my best pal at the time.
Yeah. So you played Dennis Ovens, didn't you, in the match play?
Yeah, he was world number 5 at the time.
Quality player with Dennis.
Quality player.
He was, yeah.
Just so consistent from what I can remember. Just so like a pendulum.
Dennis was so laid back and he didn't speak a lot. He was like out the limelight, just kept himself to himself. Didn't speak much. He was a nice guy, Dennis.
So was this your first time playing on TV?
Live.
Yeah, it would have been. Yeah,
Live, yeah. Any nerves going into that?
No. To be honest, when there was 4 of us that qualified for the World Match Play, there was me, Mark. What's the one that used to call himself Special Brew? Mark Walsh. Mark Walsh and someone else. Forget I know. Sorry. Mark Walsh got leathered. Mark Holden got beat 10-1 off Baxter. So when the draw come out, I'm like, I've got Dennis. So Phil Taylor played one of them. So I'm like, I've got. So I was happy as laddie, man. I'm going, I can do this.
You thought you could win it, yeah? Yeah.
So I got to the venue, got a few friends and family in the audience. I was dead casual, man. I'm confident. I know what I can do.
I can imagine you did take a family.
But I couldn't. I just couldn't hit a double. I couldn't hit a double, and I kept winning treble 5, treble 1, treble 5, treble 1. It's like,
what did you put that down to then? Not nerves?
No, nerves at all. No, I wasn't nervous at all.
Just didn't go on there.
Yeah.
One of them. Yeah.
You ever see me when I won a leg? I was like, I'm fucking giving it all that. And in the breaks, when it was like having a break, you know what I mean, like to the family, I'll be all right.
Yeah.
But didn't happen.
What was the experience like playing the Winter Gardens?
Amazing. It's good. Yeah, it was good. I mean, even from the day one when you walk in, and you go to the players' lounge and you get like speech, how it's going off the big boys, Tommy Cox and all that. They tell you what to do. You sign all the dartboards for sponsors and stuff like that. It's like, wow, this is all right. Yeah, it was good. It was different, but wasn't nerve-wracking. It was good. Yeah, it was good.
I mean, every player I've spoken to before in the past always say the Winter Gardens is the best venue by a mile. I've been to watch it live, and it is actually something.
Yeah, to be honest, the Winter Gardens is a great venue. But when I play county, I mean, I'm probably one of the only ones that's probably played about 7 or 8 county venues.
Yeah.
And the best one I ever think, everyone says in Lancashire, it was Ocean Edge.
Bolton.
Ocean Edge was the one on.
No, Bolton class.
Do you think so?
Class.
No. Winter Garden. Ocean Edge used to have a stage. It was only about that high at the bottom of the room, and it was good atmosphere and stuff. But I always thought the
Morecambe.
It was in Morecambe.
Yeah.
Frontierland.
Yeah.
Frontierland, right? It used to walk through the Frontierland. It was all the fun fair and all that.
Yeah.
Used to walk through it, and it was a bar at the bottom, and used to go through like the cowboy doors and stuff to get in there. And the stage was dead high. So when you're on the stage, you look down at everybody because it was that high. And then you also had a veranda that used to go around. So when you on the stage, it was like you look around, everyone's up there. You look down, everyone's down there. It was ace. I loved that place. But everybody preferred Ocean Edge. I don't know why.
Going back to you and Mark Holden then, the Bruise brothers.
Oh yeah.
Talk us through that then, because you obviously two big lads. Always used to wear a tux, didn't you? That was like your signature picture.
Do you know the Bruise brothers started? I mean, what I'm going to say is now we're both like 6'1", both had little goatee beards, and like shaved heads, and we was in the Isle of Man. So in the Isle of Man, it was the pairs day. So you walked from the end of the prom, you walked up to Frontierland, and somewhere in the middle there was this shop, and it did printing and all your shirts and stuff like that. So come on, Matt. So we used to wear our county shirts. So we're both wearing red, and we had these sunglasses. So we went in and we got a cap, and the cap. So it had the Bruise brothers on. So we had these done. We walked into the venue. We walked in, and the first person we seen, I mean, yeah, you had to walk right through all the boards to get in there. Martin Adams, England International, all this shit, and he just looked at us and went, "You fuckers, you fucking pair of fucking whatevers." Yeah, he give it us. So I was like, yeah. Anyway, we did all right. We played as pairs, but we called ourselves the Bruise brothers.
Yeah.
Anyway, it went on and on and on. And in the end, we used to wear a white shirt, dicky bow, have a cromber, and the glasses. Bruise brothers.
Yeah.
That's fucking great. So next thing, we're in the British Open in Liverpool at the Adelphi Hotel. So the Adelphi Hotel is like, it's massive. British Open pairs. We get through in the pairs, and we get through to the final. Stevie Bunting and Mickey Brooks. Mickey Brooks, England International. Stevie Bunting, we all know who he is now. I think he was 16 at the time. And we're in Liverpool, 2 Manx, 2 Scousers. We're getting loads of shit. We're getting it in big style. And I think they went 2-0 up. So we're really getting it. Anyway, we beat them 3-2. So me and Mark win the British Open pairs. We got some grief over it. It was good. Yeah.
Well, that like one of your things, like like a bit of a showman.
Oh yeah, without doubt. Yeah.
I love that. Yeah.
But I mean, like when I first started playing county, I used to get up to Mr. Vane. I know what I want. And then when that music used to come on, when my player used to get up, as it was like as I was getting up, Mr. Vane, I'd be like, I want you, and he used to point to my opponent, and I'd be like, I want you, and I'm Mr. Vane. And it was like, so that was good.
Because I think darts is losing characters now.
It is, but do you know why? When I was playing, it wasn't there wasn't as much money involved.
No.
So you go out, you play your knockout through the day, you'd be in the bar at night, and you'd sit there and you just have a drink and you get bollocks. He was there all night. Whereas now, there's that much money involved.
Yeah.
They sort of like play the game on the day. They're going to have something to eat. They might have a quick drink or whatever, but then they're in bed at night.
Yeah, they've got like it's like a set routine now, isn't it?
And then they've got the boards. They've got the dartboards on the back of their fucking door walls.
Yeah.
So they get up, they have a little chuck before they even go down to meet the mates. Whereas I'll say in a short while, well, I ruined it all because of all that. But
we're not a practicer then.
Oh, big practicer,
we're a big practicer.
I needed it.
Yeah, you needed it, yeah.
But once I've had a beer at night, and I was always last to bed.
Yeah.
Ruined it. It was like, I was just when I first played it, Will Max played me and Mark. I think we were the first two unknowners really to get to qualify, kind of thing. And all the PDC officials, they kept coming up to us going, "Don't be swearing. Don't swear, please. Don't swear. Do not swear on there." And we get getting told off everybody. It was it was crazy.
Talk us through UK Open. A man, I dare say, is the record holder.
No, Paul Hogan, I think.
Really?
Yeah, I think Paul Hogan's done more than me.
How many times have you qualified for the UK Open? It's got to be double figures, surely.
No, it's either 9 or 10. I'm not sure. 9 or 10. I
think it's 10.
Not sure.
So,
but I mean, I've been through where you've had to qualify, then you've had to go to a knockout where it's highest score with 9 darts.
Speedy.
Speedy, yeah.
I mean, to be
honest,
I
think they were just all fixing it, weren't they?
I've got every shirt I've ever played in when I've qualified. I've still got it at home.
Yeah.
So I mean, and then one day I hung them all up on the fence outside. Just took a picture of them all. I'm sure he's about 9.
That's pretty crazy though. I keep going to qualify and just.
But the problem, do you know what? I never took it serious. So I never sort of like put all the practice in beforehand, which I should have done. But when I got there, I was like confident. I was just like, yeah, I'll do this. I'll do him. That's how confident I was. And then when it was like win 2 games and you were through to the night time, and they did a draw and all. I always won 1.
Yeah.
Never won the 2.
Yeah.
Then at certain times you had to win 3. I'd win 2 and lose the next one. I was like, just couldn't get through. Never got through it.
Was there ever a moment like obviously you were a confident player, you're confident in yourself. Yeah. Was there ever a moment when you like, you got to these bigger tournaments and you're like, oh, God, these guys are next level?
No.
No?
No.
You never thought that?
No. I mean,
you always thought you could beat anyone?
Yeah. I mean, the main one like that was when Barneveld, he came from the BDO to the PDC, so with him being a newcomer, he wasn't in the rankings, he had to qualify. And we played in South Wales, Newport, I think it was, for the Grand Prix, the Irish one, double star, finish. So we've got through, and it comes to semi-finals. So semi-finals to go on telly, and I'm playing Barney, and it was 4 apiece, 5 apiece. It was 4, first to 5, first to 6, and we're all level. And it kicks off, whatever. And next thing, I won 155. He's on 206, something like that. And it's me to go. I went treble, and I missed double. Second out. He goes up, he hits a 140, left himself 76. Oh, he must have been on 306, whatever it was. Anyway, I wanted 38, 155 away. I went treble, missed double. And I went bang, and I fucking wired every one of them. So he's on 76, and he went single, and he hits it with his last dart. And that put him through when he's playing Danny Hamilton, and in the final, that's to go on telly. And I was like, oh, fucking another one. I've let him go. Yeah. And that's the way my life went. It was just last minute. It wasn't nerves in like that. It was just, right down to the last bit again.
Paul, I know feeling, mate.
Thanks, mate.
Sometimes you just need a break, don't you? And you're like, when the fuck's my break coming?
It is that little break because man, I've seen players on stage on telly regular that weren't as good as me.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to name them all.
No.
But there was players around me, and I'm like,
shit some up if you don't. Paul, you can stir a bit.
I know. But there weren't. There's players around me that got further than me, and I'm like, how the? It's like,
You're one of them, and you're like, why didn't I draw him? Why did he's drawn him? Why the fuck didn't I draw him?
Believe me, it's unbelievable.
So did you do the Reebok and Minehead then? Did you go to both?
Yeah, I did them both. Yeah. Did Reebok a few times.
Reebok were always a good compact venue, wasn't it?
But the good thing with Reebok, when you went in, your practice room was above the stage. It was like on a level, and you could look down over all the venue.
We were in one of suites, wasn't it? In one of like hospitality suite.
Yeah, but it overlooked the venue, so you could just lean over and look at everything that was going on. And one of the good things was Craig Mansell was talking about before. He owns something called Dizzy Darts, and they do exhibitions and the old. If you're doing some kind of function, he'll supply the boards, he'll do whatever. Anyway, I was upstairs having a practice, and all of a sudden, bang, and he hit me on the back. Look round, Phil Taylor. So Phil Taylor went, fucking always wanted to do that. So I was like, little shit. So I was having a chuck, and next thing I walked past him, and he's there having a chuck. So I've got a Dizzy Darts sticker, which is like advertising my mate's company.
Yeah.
So I took the fucking sticker off him and walked past Taylor and I went, whack, and hit it on his back. He looked around like that, I went, always wanted to do that. So he's like laughing away, it was a little job. But I've stuck something on his back. So he's like on the back of his shirt, the power and all that. But he's got this sticker there. Nobody said no. So next thing, he shouted out and he's going onto the main stage. And just before he got to the stage, he's only about 10 yards off it, the guy that runs Sky, Steve, he turned around and went, Phil, is that supposed to be on your shirt? But no, I started me going on with one of our local guys, fucking
Witted the bastard.
Yeah, your mate would have been like rubbing his hands together if he'd have been on telly with that on his back.
To be honest, when I got him, I actually took a photograph of him while he's practicing with his shirt on and I sent it to Craig. So he should still have that, which is quite good.
Well, we are running out of time with it, but looking back on your career then, Paul, from your Lancashire days, Gold Cup, qualifying for UK Open, your appearance at the Winter Gardens in the match play. Surely the match play's got to be up there. Is that your best, or would you say the Gold Cup, or what would you say is your highlight of your career?
To be honest, I don't remember a lot about the Gold Cup. Remember Andy Ayfield, it was a beat in the semis. Andy Ayfield, he was like the top boy in London.
Back just like
About 40
Andy
minutes ago,
Andy Ayfield was like the big boy in London. He was one coming through, big style, good lad. But I don't remember a lot about that.
Have you got a game that stands out? You know, like that one game you thought,
No,
that would be my best.
Night.
No, the only game that stands out for me is it's a local league game against a kid called Andy Gowley, and it was like the Salford individuals in the final, and he hit a 9-darter.
Who did?
So it's me. So it's the only 9-darter I've ever hit in a competition.
Wow.
Yeah, and it was in the final of like a local individuals.
Did you ever get to play Phil Taylor?
No.
No.
Phil Taylor, I got on with Phil. I didn't like him as a dart player, but I liked him as a person. And he phoned me up one day and asked me where the pub was. So where are you? He went, I'm just coming off the motorway, which the motorway's like a mile from me. So I said, all right, come down there, and turn around. So we came in. He was doing an exhibition at Bernard Manning's pub.
Never.
Yeah,
nice.
he was doing Bernard Manning's, so like, but he'd never played on the Manchester board.
Right.
So he came in mine, I put the Manchester board up, and we had an hour on the board. But by then, the word had got round he's in, and he started filling up.
Yeah.
So he just said to me, do you want an hour? I said, yeah, come on then. So I went out with him that night. Had a drink with him, and good night.
You were good mates with the late Eric Bristow as well, weren't you?
Yeah. Do you know how many people turn around and say, yeah, I was good mate, I know Eric, I know.
Yeah.
How many people have actually sat in his living room with him and his mum and had a brew? I have. Me and Mark Alders sat there and had a brew with him and his him and his mum.
You must have some good stories to tell about Eric.
Yeah. Am I right in thinking, just before, am I right in thinking what you and Mark were like the first walk-on girls, if you like?
Ah, right, yeah.
Because you walked Eric out, didn't you? Yeah. Both in your tuxes.
When we started doing the Bruise brothers, like with the Dickie Bow and the Crombies and the glasses and all that lot, we bumped into Bristol somewhere, and he went, walk me out. I was like, what? He went, walk me out. So it was the middle match play. It's
like two big bouncers.
Bouncers.
So next thing, the fucking music comes out and all that lot, and next thing you see, Bristol and me and him are walking him out. So we'd walked him out, music going, all that shit, we're like sunglassed up. We walked to the stage, and we get to the stairs, and we stopped. And all of a sudden we heard this voice go, get on that fucking stage. So we're like, what? He went, get up. So next thing we walk up the stairs, and we walked up, and we stood either side of the dartboard for Bristol. And that's where it all started. And then the year after, it was like door staff and
so you
stuff
were
like that.
the start of the walk on girls.
Yeah.
You and Mark Golden.
We were the real bitches.
Yeah.
They should have come out in tuxes, shouldn't they? Nah.
Yeah, it was good. Do you know what? When this is a good one, this, because we was on our way to the match play. Me and Mark, and we had our dicky balls on. We were dressed like the Bruise brothers, like we were going in crombies and all that shit. I parked up, and we're walking through the Blackpool town centre, and I'm starving, man. I'm fucking. So it's like a Greg shop, you know, like passes and shit like that. So I'm like, fucking, I'm starving, mate. So Mark said, "Do you want to eat?" He went, "No." But Mark, big lad, like, he never smiled. He was dead sturdy. If he spoke to you, you go, "Is he being serious?"
Yeah,
you wouldn't fucking know. You never know, right? So I goes in and get something to eat, and I come out and he's fucking laughing. I'm like, what are you fucking laughing at? Because he doesn't laugh. So what are you laughing at? He went, "See that woman there?" I said, "Yeah." He went, "He's got a little kid like that." This kid, as you walk past, turned around and went, "Hey, man, it must be rough round here. They've got Domer on the butty shop."
What?
So I walked out and Mark's laughing at his stuff.
So, you've done it all. BDO, won majors in that. The PDC, appearing majors in that. What advice would you give to youngsters coming through now?
Don't get too big-headed.
Really,
no. I'd say just don't get too big-headed. Don't forget where you come from. Because here we go again. I'm not going to mention names, but certain people, they think they've whatever, and then as they come back down to earth, you know what I mean, they're looking for the people that they used to know. It's just take it on the chin, and don't forget where you come from. You're going to get mithered. As soon as you get famous, you're going to get mithered. Expect it. Be polite. Do what you've got to do. Get out of the way.
I don't think you can be as fair as that.
No.
Yeah, so we've got a few quick fire questions for you,
No,
Paul.
no.
Just a few ones. Favourite venue?
My pub.
Yeah, Royal Oak, Prestwich.
Why not? Yeah.
Yeah, go on.
And then the World Match play at Blackpool, Winter Gardens.
Best mate in darts.
For years, it was Mark Holden. He was the other half of the Bruise brothers.
Yep.
Toughest opponent you've played?
Toughest. That's got to mean somebody you've played regular, done it, or a few times.
Or maybe that one guy who you just couldn't fucking beat.
Martin Holt. Every time I qualified for the News of the World, and I went to the area finals, Martin Holt always beat me.
Jake, have you got one for him?
Yeah, so if you're going for a night out, which 5 players would you bring with you?
I know who's going to ask this. Just dart players.
Yeah.
People who you've come across in darts.
First one's got to be Bristow.
Yeah.
He'd be top of the table. 5.
It's a night out.
It's a
You're
night
not just
out,
going to
yeah.
go with you and a mate.
I need to go
need
through
a
my
decent-
phone and say who
need
do
a
a message
decent
all the
squad.
time. Who do a message all the time. To be
But
honest,
you won't be saying Ronnie
right,
Baxter, will you? He's not buying fucking drinks.
Dave Chisnell.
Yeah.
Um,
Everyone says Chizzy.
did it?
Well,
Yeah.
I got on with Chizzy.
Yeah,
I
good
speak
lad.
to him and
Good
whatnot.
kid, good kid.
Aspie. Nathan Aspinall. He's another good one. No,
So that's 3. 2
Uh-huh.
more.
2. I don't know.
I don't want to put words in your mouth. It's got to be Mark Holden.
No, because I know him so well.
All right, fair enough.
I know him. Don't know.
You're going on a 4-man there then?
Yeah.
4-man night out.
Four-man,
That's-
you are another one, don't
Someone's
you?
blubbed, haven't they?
That's
One
fine,
of
yeah.
them's blubbed.
Right.
One more
I'll say
person.
another one. Jules Van Dongen.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Jules. He's a good kid. Been out with him. Took him round a gay village in Manchester.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Won't talk too much on that then.
No, he's good.
'Cause I think he
good.
does have a wife.
He's a good. Jules is good. Good lad. But the rest, I mean, it's like I don't know, because the rest of them I get on all right with it. But
Have you any regrets about your
Yeah.
career?
yeah,
Yeah.
getting pissed.
Yeah. Is that
Played.
what
I got through in. We went to Canada in Saskatoon, which is like the North American Open. It was a massive PDC event. I mean, it's one of the biggest ones. Paid the most money, And I got through. And he played over 3 days. So I got through the first 2 days. And the final day, I got through a few games. And I played in the last 32, Graham Stoddart. Graham Stoddart was a PDC World Championship qualifier, this, that and the other. He was a good player. So I got him. Boom. Done him. So then I get to last 16. And I played an American called Roger Carter. Roger Carter played Lakeside, played World Championships. Really well known. Done him. Last 8 to go like this was to go like on stage, live on Canadian TV and all that. Played John Lowe. Bang, done him. And I owed him one because he'd done something years ago with me. But he called me a loudmouth afterwards because I wanted 50.
Boosh.
I got 3 darts in my hand. I went bang, bull, first dart. I was like, yeah, go on, John. And he won't speak to me. I passed him a couple of times in the airport, and he's like, he won't speak to me if he is.
Well,
the
fellas.
Canadian Open was good. Oh, but sorry, you were saying about getting regrets. So I got to the semi-final, and we're live on telly in Canada, but it was like a 3-hour wait, and I just sat in the bar and I got pissed.
Yeah.
And I still don't know to this day what score I got beat. A guy called Louis Martinez.
Right.
He was seeded #1 above Phil Taylor.
Right.
Yeah. And he beat me. And I don't know. I still don't know what score he beat me.
So you feel if you'd have kept a bit,
Yeah.
you've
I
a good
thought,
chance.
of course, yeah. And the other time I did that was I played John Pike in the UK Open. So I've just beat just beat an England international first game. Martin Atkins, Lancashire man, not the Yorkshire one. So I've just beat him, and I did a good job on him. So I'm like, next game, John Park. I know John. John stayed at my place a few times. I know him quite well. And I thought, drill him. But it was the year when there was no crowd, that it was all snowing and shit like that. It was
right, yeah.
So it was fucking freezing in the venue. The doors were banging forward. There was snow coming up.
I remember this game.
So I'm got my coat on. I'm not practicing because it's too cold to practice. But I've just won my first game, so I'm still at the bar, and I've got people coming up talking and stuff. And I'm like, double vodka and coke and a pint of Stella and double vodka and coke. Man, I was fucking levered. Anyway, I played John Parr next, and I got beat 6-0. 53 average.
Yeah,
honestly, I swear down, 53 average.
What's
right?
this in?
This
in
the
the
UK
UK
Open.
It's like
I didn't want to bring that
yeah.
up, Paul, but I do remember that. Yeah, I do
It's like
remember
2018 sort of
Posted
time.
that on
I
YouTube.
I don't know.
think that's where
it might
John Parr got to quarters or semis.
that's
wasn't
it.
it?
that's the one, yeah.
So he beat me. I was like, fucking hell.
Yeah.
I was
hell, I'm
absolutely
doing
levered, right?
53, mate.
I come off the stage. I swear down. I come off the stage. I was with Lee. Me and Lee gone down. My son, and the guy turned around. Security turned around, and Lee and went, "Get your dad out of here before we throw him out." And I've got, you know your road cones and all that. I was just being a dick, and I had to go. I had to go out of the place. But yeah, that was another one. I was like, I fancied my chances that day. I thought, fucking hell, I was just beating Martin Atkins. I've got John Parr, beat John. He's like gone. And I fucking blew it. Fucking beer again.
Class.
Yeah,
class.
the beer a couple of times has done me.
But you enjoyed it, yeah?
Of course it did, yeah.
Of course
But
you did,
it's
man,
like
yeah.
wherever we went, Great Yarmouth and stuff like that. I was always last to bed, always last to bed. You got to get up, you're like, oh, fucking hell, here we go.
Yeah.
That's like nowadays. But anyway, fellas, we've run out of time.
Yeah,
sadly.
unfortunately,
we could have done a
We could
two-parter on
have
that.
gone on and on.
Good,
But
that.
Paul, thanks so much for coming, mate.
Yeah,
we really
no problem.
appreciate
Really
your time.
appreciate it, man.
Like we've said before, we'd love for you to like, share our YouTube channel. Just one thing, just click that subscribe button, please. It takes 1 second. Get it shared on all platforms. Please follow us on all social media platforms. Thank you to us great sponsors.
Yeah.
Chris Parker, CJP Roofing. Quality, we can't thank you enough. If anybody would like to sponsor us, please get in touch. And fellas, one more time.
Brilliant.
Thanks very much for your
Cheers,
time, lads.
Paul. Appreciate
It's
it,
been
man.
great.
Cheers,
Thanks very much.
It's been a pleasure.
And we've got 9 Dart Challenge
We've got a
coming up
9
now.
Dart Challenge coming
So,
up right now.
let's
Stay
see
tuned for the
let's
9 Dart
see if
Challenge.
Paul
expecting at
Whit
least
has
5
still
or
got
1.
it. Right, we've got
Got to beat 53 average, haven't
Paul Whitworth's 9 Dart Challenge. If you're ready, Paul, fire away, my friend.
No problem. Do you know what? If I don't beat you, host, I am jacking dancing completely.
I agree with that, mate. I agree with that.
Fuck all.
43.
I think David Blunkett could beat us. his fucking dog could and all.
$100.
143.
James Hubbard. Good night.
Ready.
$59.
202.
202. Paul Whitworth.
Paul
Takes
Whitworth.
the lead.
Yes,
Top
baby.
of the table with 203.
2-2.
202.
2-2. Yep.